Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got a two-game series in this post-1961 Apba League between the Cleveland Indians and Oakland A's. And here in the first game, leading off for the visiting Indians is center fielder Lofton, batting second, playing short is Omar Vesquel, batting third, playing left field is Bell, batting fourth, playing first base is Tomey, batting fifth, playing third base is Ramirez, batting sixth, playing right field is Carter, batting seventh and doing the catching is Martinez, batting eighth, playing second base is Knips, and on the mound, batting ninth is Louis TIANT. And for the Oakland A's, leading off playing left field, Ricky Henderson, batting second, playing shortstop Tejada, batting third, playing first base Giambi, batting fourth, playing center field is Jackson, batting fifth, playing right field Canseco, batting sixth, playing third base Bando, batting seventh, playing second base is Lumpy, batting eighth, on the catching is Steinbeck, and on the mound is Dave Stewart. Let's get down to Oakland, get this game going. And we got Kenny Lofton to lead it off, batting .217 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs for the Indians. You see Cleveland's upcoming schedule. Like I say, it's only a 2-game series. They got one more game here in Oakland. Then they're going home to play the Angels for 4 games. And after that 4-game series, Seattle comes to town. Dave Stewart will be on the mound. This is his first appearance of the year. And in 1990, he was 22-11 with a 2.56 ERA. And we look here, and you got Cleveland in second place, a half a game behind the Indians. Lofton batting .217, Carter 105, Vesquel batting .300, Albert Bell .235 with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. Jim Tomey batting .533, folks, with 4 homers and 8 RBIs. And Kluber with a 2, and Louis Tiant with a 2 ERA. Cliff Lee with a 2.25, McDowell 9, and Perry a 7.94. Let's get down here to Oakland, get this game going. And here's the pitch to Kenny Lofton as Parallel League joins us here. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie Jackson for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the first. To the greatest leadoff hitters in this game, Lofton and Henderson. Omar Vesquel is batting .300 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And Omar, that'll be against the 17. That'll be a fly ball out to Ricky in left field. 2 quick fly ball outs here. And now it's up to Albert Bell. And Bell is batting .235. He's got 3 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's a fly ball. Reggie camps under it for out number 3. 3 fly balls. 1, 2, 3 goes the Tribe. To the bottom of the first we go. Like I say, we got one of the greatest, if not the greatest, leadoff hitters here today with Ricky Henderson. He's only batting $125 with no homers and no RBIs and only 1 stolen base so far. He's got to get on base to steal, huh? And this is Louis Tiant's second appearance. He's 1-0 with a 2 earned runs. Look here at Oakland. And Oakland is in last place. They're 1-3, 2.5 Well, they're either in last place or tied for second, however you want to look at it. They do have the worst winning percentage of everybody. That's 2.5 games back. Jose Canseco's only batting a $176. Giambi only 167. You can see they're having trouble hitting. Henderson 125, Reggie 167 with 2 homers and 2 RBIs, 2 solo shots, and Miguel Tejada has yet to get a hit. So these poor A's cannot hit the ball right now. Blue with a 2.25 ERA, Catfish 1.17, Zito 6.43, Norris a 6.75. See if the A's can start hitting the ball here. Ricky is at the plate, and the pitch, and that's a ground ball down to Omar. He fires over to Tommy, and that'll be out number 1. Got to keep Ricky off the pad. Miguel Tejada's up now. Like I say, looking for his first hit. He is 0 for 14, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tommy. He's going to take it himself for out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. And it's up to Jason Giambi to get something started. Jason is batting 167 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Louis loses him. So the first base runner of the game's on. That brings up Reginald Martinez Jackson. And Reggie batting 167, 2 homers, 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Louis strikes Reggie out the end inning. And Jason gets stranded at first. We get to the top of the second. Still no score. We got Tommy, Ramirez, and Carter. Jim Tomey's off to a wonderful start. Batting .533 with 4 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down to Jerry at second. Over to Jason for out number 1. And Jose Ramirez is batting .357, 4 homers and 7 RBIs. These Indians are hitting the ball, folks, especially these 2 guys. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Bando. And Sal, he fires over the first. Quickly 2 outs here on the top of the third. And Joe Carter's up. Joe's hitting 105, no homers and no RBI. That's another weak rounder to short. 1, 2, 3 goes the Indians. The bottom of the second with Canseco due up here, followed by Bando and Lumpy. Jose is batting 176, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be driven into, see, against the righty. Driven into center field. Nope, driven in the left field. Albert Bell takes a few steps back, makes the catch for out number 1. And Sal Bando's up. He's looking for his first base hit of the year, folks. He's 0 for 10 and has struck out 5 times. He has walked 3 times, though. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Joe Carter. Quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Can Jerry get something going here? Lumpy batting .231 with no homers and an RBI. And nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Louis strikes him out. To the top of the third we go. The bottom third of the order due up here for the Indians. Martinez, Knips, and Louis. Victor is 143 with a homer and 2 RBI. That's going to be another base on balls. First walk given up by Stewart. And that brings up Knips, and that's the first base runner for these Indians. And Jason batting .286. No homers and no RBI. And that's going to be against the righty, 13. And that is going to be an infield hit, the first hit of the ball game. A little slow roller down the second. Can't get anybody. First and second, nobody out, and Louis Tion's up. And they'll be asking him to bunt. He is over 2 on the year. Here's the pitch. Can he get down a nice bunt? He sure does. That's going to be bunted back to the mound. Stewart's only plays over to first with Lumpy's covering. And that'll get the runners in the scoring position, both of them. So now we got second and third. And only one out, and we're back to the top of the order. And Kenny Lofton. Can Kenny deliver here? Put the Indians up against these A's. Lofton flew out to center his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And here's the pitch. And we drop the dice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 41 and an 8 should be fielding column 2, I bet you. Yep, that's fielding column 2. And that's going to be a pop-up out in shallow left field. Tejada goes back, makes the catch. The runners hold. Now there's 2 outs, and it's up to Omar here to do some damage. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out to Canseco in right. And Dave pitches around second and third and 1 out. And the Tribe leave 2. It's still nothing as we go to the bottom of the third. And you got the bottom part of the order due up here for the A's, Steinbeck and Stewart. And then it flips over to Ricky Henderson. And Terry is batting 200 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Omar. And he bobbles that one, folks. And that's going to be an E6. And Terry's aboard here with that lead-off air. And Dave Stewart's going to try to lay down a bunt, his first plate appearance of the year. And here's the pitch to Dave. Can he get the job done? That's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And here's a second attempt. And that's going to be another foul ball. Sorry, that was 2 strikes on him, and this is a 3rd strike. So Dave strikes out, and that'll do it for him. He can't get the bunt down. Now Ricky's up with the guy still down at first. And Ricky's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be another ground ball down the second. 55. Might be a pop-up down the third. And let's see here. A 55 and a 7. That's probably going to be fielding column 3. And it is. And they're going to get the runner down at second. That'll be a 4-6 put out. So now you got Ricky down at first. And he's not going to try to stay there very long. He's going to try to take off and steal his second base here. That'll be a 30. Only a 66 gets him, folks. And he's in there safely with his second stolen base of the year. Ricky down at second. And Miguel now with Ricky down there in scoring position. A single will score Ricky easily. And Miguel's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be against the righty at 21 and a 10. And that's going to be a pop-up down the. Nope, that's going to be a line drive down the second. Hit right on the button, but right at Jason. And that'll end the inning. A Strand, Ricky at second. To the top of the fourth we go. It's nothing. We got Bell, Tomey, and Ramirez, the big boys, due up here. As you see, Oakland's upcoming schedule. Again, they got one more game here at home against Cleveland. Then they go on the road to New York to take on the Yankees for 3 games, and then on to Boston. And Albert Bell's 0 for 1. He flew out to Reggie his first time up. And here's the pitch to Albert. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Stewart. He fires over to Jason for first out of the inning. And here's Jim Tomey. He's grounded out. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dave strikes him out. 2 quick outs here in the fourth. And Jose Ramirez grounded out. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That's going to be an E4 on Lumpy. So now you got 2 down. A runner on first for Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter, welcome back, welcome back. And Joe is 0 for 1. He grounded out. And that's going to be a 40. And the team, let's see here. What's the team here? 8, 10, 15, 23, 31, 34, 37. So they'll be fielding column 1. Wild pitch runner second by a wild pitch 3 only. So that's going to be a rare play with a runner on first and a 40. And we'll have to re-roll some dice. 36 and a 40. Will be hit down the first. Jason's down there. Not the greatest first baseman. Fielding there, that is. And that's going to be a first on air, runner to second. F's going to make it the whole way to third on the wild throw. Yep. So it's going to be an E3. And the runner's going to get down to third. So we're going to have first and third, 2 outs. And all of a sudden, the A's are just screwing the pooch here and getting poor Dave in a bad situation. Let's do an undo. So runner down at first and third with 2 down. What do they want here? Why didn't that work? Let's see what they want here. Must be part of this new command here. Give me a second here, folks. Okay, I don't know what the problem was there. Should have worked. Just an E3. Runner goes to third. Do that. I bet they are. Yeah. Parallel League says he's playing in a 1978 draft league. And the Losers hoping to get Ricky, as 79 was his rookie year. So you got runners at first and third. Victor Martinez up. 2 errors in this inning by Oakland. Has them in a rough spot here. And that's going to be a base on balls. Base on balls. And now the bases are low. Dave Stewart was breezing through this inning. And all of a sudden now, bases are full of Indians. Wait a second. Go back. Go back. That wasn't right. We didn't flip the card. So go back. Back. Undo. And a 62 on Victor's card isn't a walk. It's a 38 with runners on first and third. Sorry about that. First and third, a 38. And that's going to be a that's going to be a pass ball. And that's going to score a run. And the other runner's going to get down to second, folks. So piss poor fielding day out here for Oakland. So now you got a runner on second, a 1-0 count, and now the Indians are up 1-0. And that's going to be a ground ball. They just can't. Nope. That's going to be a hit by pitch. And that's Dave Stewart, I think, taking a little bit of frustration out here. And he hits Victor Martinez. Now it's second. Knips is up. Still 2 outs. Still 2 outs here in this inning. And the Indians are now up 1-0 on an unearned run. And here's Jason. He is 1 for 1. He has the only base hit of this ball game, folks. And he might have his second hit here against the 13. And yep, that's going to be a single in the left field. And Ricky doesn't have the greatest arm in the world. Carter's got damn good speed. So that's going to be a 67. He's going to score without a throw. The question is, can Martinez get the third? 64, 29 plus 4, and he'll get the third with no throw. So that's an RBI single in the left. And the runners will advance 2 bases. And it's first and third. And the wheels are coming off the card here. Now it is 2-0. 2-0 Cleveland. And Louie's up. Can Louie help his own cause here? TIANT, he's 0 for 0 today. He had a sacrifice bunt, and that's a swing and a miss. Dave gets the strikeout. But 2 unearned runs come across the board. We'll take a look here at the scorecard, folks. That inning just fell apart with defense out there. That's for sure. You had 2 outs, a grounder and a strikeout, then an error down Lumpy with an error, and then an error down at first, a pass ball, a hit batter, and an RBI single, and then finally the strikeouts. All that with only 1 hit in the inning, folks. 2 runs and 1 hit, 2 errors. Sad, ain't it? And now you got Giambi due up. Jackson and Canseco down by 2. Got the big boys coming up here, the 3, 4, 5 hitters. And Jason, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tommy. He'll take it himself and get his counterpart out at first. And here's Reggie. He struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Jackson with 2 strikeouts here today against Louis TIANT. And Canseco comes to the plate now. He flew out. He's 0 for 1. That's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez at third. Over to first. 1, 2, 3 goes the A's. To the top of the 5th, a 2-0 ball game. And you got Mr. Lofton up now, followed by Omar and Albert. And Kenny's 0 for 2. He's flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 40 and a 62. And that's going to be a 20. That is going to be out in front of the plate. And a 61 and an 8. Are they going to have another costly error here? A 61, 8. That'll be number 2. Foul ball, catcher drops it. That's going to be an E2, but I don't want him to advance. So it's going to be a Well, so let's see here. E2. Let's see if this will work. I don't want him going down to first. That's the problem. That is the problem. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and try to figure this out. We're going to do it this way. We're just going to go into the box score. We're going to extended box score. We'll go down here to fielding. And just give Terry an error. That's how we're going to do that. We're not going to waste a lot of time here. Make sure it took. And Steinbach now has an error in the game. But I don't see it being the third error there. I don't see it being the third error there. Let's go back. I want to make sure if something happens, you don't get an earned run for that. So we'll edit this again and see if I can get it. Okay, let's see here if it has anything about a foul ball error. Don't want him getting on. Let's try it this way. Let's do a foul out E2. See if that'll work. Nope. Invalid fielder. Foul out 2 E2. See if that works. Nope, because I got him out. We don't want that. God damn it. Now I'm cussing. Now I'm cussing. So how can we get him now? Get him to foul out, drop the ball. Let's do this. FL2 EF2. Will that work? Don't try this. Okay. So foul out to the catcher. EF2. Nope, it will not. So I'm just an EF2. Nope, that don't work. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like I say, any reason I'm even fooling with this, in case it ends up becoming a damn earned run. Otherwise, I could care less. It's a foul out, but it's not. Like I say, it's got to start with an error. Error to a foul ball. See if it'll do that. There we go. Woo! That was hard. Gotta try to remember that. So, finally got it. How about that? Persistence pays off. Got her done. Got her done. So it was an error. He drops it in foul territory, and Lofton's still at the plate. And now we can go on. And that's going to be a against the 16. And of course, Lofton gets a base hit after that. So Kenny gets a board here with an infield hit. Yeah, exactly, parallel. Exactly. Persistence paid off there. So Lofton's down at first, and you know he's not going to stay there long. And that will be a 3, a 29. So Lofton's going to be a 29, right? Yeah, +2 and a +3. Take 3 off it out of 29. 55 or lower, Lofton makes it down the second. And that's a 51. He barely makes it down there. Lofton with a stolen base. And see how many stolen bases that is for Kenny. And that was his third stolen base of the year. So Lofton down in scoring position now with nobody out, and Omar's at the plate, and he is 0 for 2. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound, and the runner is going to get down to third. So Stewart throws over to first, gets him, but Kenny Lofton's down at third now with 1 out, and Albert's up. They're going to bring the infield in, folks. Going to bring the infield in with a runner down at third. And Albert's 0 for 2. He has flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a against the righty 18. And that is going to be a single in the center field. And that's going to drive in the run. And now there is 1 out and a runner down at first. Let's see if that was an unearned run here for him, because old Lofton should be out. Let's check here. Yep, that was an unearned run. He has given up 3 runs and only 1 of them earned, folks. Dave Stewart pitching against the here with all these errors. All right, got a runner down at first, 1 out, and Jim Tomey's up. And Jim's 0 for 2. And that's going to be 0 for 3. And that's a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for the second time. 2 down now. And Dave's figured it out. If they don't hit the ball, nobody's got to field it. And Jose is 0 for 2. He has grounded out and reached on an error and scored. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? Kiss it goodbye. Jose Ramirez launches this one in the right field. That's a 2-run shot, and it is now 5-0. Yeah, no, 5-0, and now Joe Carter's up. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and reached on an error and came around the score. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jose. That'll end the inning. But the Indians score 3 unearned runs and make it 5-0. I'm glad I was able to get that in there. Like I say, they should all be up, all unearned runs. And now you got Salbando due up, Lumpy and Steinbeck here in the bottom of the 5th. With the A's trailing 5-0. And Sal's 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. He fires over the Jim for out number 1. Jerry gets something going here. And Jerry, he struck out his first time up. That's going to be another swing and a miss. Louis strikes him out for the second time here. It's up to Terry Steinbach with 2 out and nobody on. He reached on an error. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Albert makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes the A's. To the top of the 6th we go. You got Martinez due up, followed by Knipp, and then Louis. Victor has walked and been hit by a pitch, folks. Has yet to put the ball in play, and he is still yet to do it as Dave Stewart walks Martinez. Martinez is down at first, and Jason comes up. And Jason is a perfect 2 for 2. He's got an RBI single in the game. It must be something in that Oakland air, huh? Yeah, must be something in the air. Yep. Yeah. Parallel said Dave Gardner was playing an Oakland A's game last night and they had 5 errors. Yeah. And here's the pitch to Jason. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope. That's going to be a hit by pitch. And Dave Stewart's just hit his second Indian, and they're not liking this at all. Not liking it at all. Now Louis up, nobody out, first and second, and up 5-0. They're still going to put the bunt sign on for Louis. He does have a sacrifice bunt in this game, and he has struck out. And that's going to be bunted down to third. And Sal's only plays over to first with Lumpy covering. And that'll be out number 1. Now you got second and third and 1 out. And again, it's going to force the A's to bring the defense in. If you want to call it the defense, it's been anything but. And we got Kenny Lofton up. He's 1 for 3. He is flied out, popped up. They had an error that let him get able to swing on a pop-up. Then he singled and stole second and came around the score. Here's the pitch to Kenny. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And Jose's got a cannon and Victor ain't got no speed. He's going to stay put. And that's out number 2. The Oakland E's. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. The Oakland E's. Omar's 0 for 3. He has flown out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Dave has the bases loaded now. Nowhere to put Mr. Bell. And Albert is 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the 5th. See if Dave can get out of this mess with nobody scoring. Here's the pitch to Bell. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Let's see here with the defense back. And he'll throw over to Dave covering. That'll be a 3-1 put out. So Cleveland leaves the bases loaded. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Dave Stewart's due up here, and then Ricky Henderson and Tejada, and down by 5. They're going to have to pitch hit here for Stewart. As you see the team comparison, Cleveland, like I say, 3-2, batting 255, 309 on base percentage, slugging 554 with an OPS of 863. Oakland 1-3, batting only 145, a 208 on base percentage, slugging 582 though, with a 790 OPS. Now let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Pitch hit. I think all the lefties are in the game. Nope. Matt Olson's the only lefty on the bench, and I don't think you want to use him yet. I think you want to use him if they get some runners aboard. So let's see here. I think we're going to go with Corey. Langsford's going to come off the bench here. Or Rudy. Is it going to be Langsford? We're going to do Rudy. Rudy. So Joe Rudy's going to come off the bench. See if he can get something going here in the bottom of the 6th. And Rudy is 0 for 2 on the year. And that's going to be a grounder down to Omar. He's up with it. Fields it cleanly. Fires over the first for out number 1. And that brings us back to Ricky Henderson, who's 0 for 2. He did reach on a fielder's choice and stole with second base of the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. Ricky's down at first again. For how long now? And Ricky says he's taking off. That will be like I say, a 66 is the only thing that's going to get Ricky out. And he's in there safely with his second stolen base of the game. So Ricky down at second. Miguel Tejada up. And Miguel is 0 for 2. He is grounded out in line to second. Here's the pitch to Miguel. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 14. Well, that's another line drive. He has hit the ball right on the head twice, but right at somebody. Omar makes a nice catch. Ricky gets back safely. Now there's 2 outs. And Jason Jambi, who is 0 for 1, he's walked in the first. He's up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Kiss it goodbye. That's a no doubt about her. And he gets the A's on the board and makes it a 5-2 ball game and gets the A's back in this game. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Louis can't believe it. He's shaking his head. Now it's a 5-2 ball game, and Reginald Martinez is up, and he has struck out both times against Louis. And that's going to be a rare play. 56 and a 40. And that's going to be a ball 1. He falls behind on Reggie. Can Reggie take advantage of it? Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's a base on ball. Reggie walks. Earns a walk here. And Jose's up. And Canseco has flown out the deep left and grounded out. And that's going to be a back-to-back walks. And all of a sudden, Louis looks rattled after that homer, folks. He was cruising through 5 2/3. And now he's got the tying run at the plate in Sal Bando. Runners at first and second. Jackson and Canseco both have great speed out there. Sal at the plate is 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be against the 22. That's going to be a single in the left field. And that should score Reggie with no throw. Let's see here. A 67 and a 32. What's a 17? Yeah, Reggie will score with no throw. The question is, will Canseco get down to third? A 38. 18. And he's going to stop at second. So that's an RBI single by Bando. And we still got first and second. And Jerry Lumpy's up here. Can Jerry keep this going? Now the tying run is at first. The go-ahead runs at the plate. And Legend Sports Universe joins us. Check out his great channel, folks. And Jerry is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice against Louis. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Louis fires over the first, but hey, score 3 and make this a ball game. It is now 5-3. And do we make a double switch here is the question. Do we make a double switch? And I think we do. I think Louis is going to come out of the game. You can play second. Mark Ellis, I think, is going to come in. Mark Ellis is going to come in the game. He'll bat in the 9 spot. He'll bat in the 9 spot. And he's going to come out and pitch. You got the lefty, a switch hitter, and a righty due up. Do they got any lefties in the bullpen? They got one hell of a bullpen. They only got one lefty. That's Knowles. When was the last time he pitched? Make sure here, because this is my plan to bring the lefty on, and he looks good. So Knowles is going to come in, and he's going to bat in Jerry's spot in the 7th spot. And Mark Ellis is going to come in, bat in the 9 spot and play second base. And that's what we're going to do here. Gotta love not having those stinking DH and making moves. Making some moves here. So now you got the new second baseman and a new pitcher in Darnell's 3rd appearance. No record with no ERA. He'll be facing the big boys, Tommy, Ramirez, and Carter. And Jim is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and grounded out, so he's kind of glad to see old Dave leave. Here's the pitch to Jim, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. I'll get the right card up here. It might not be. Yep, that's a swing and a miss. Tommy strikes out for the 3rd time. Give him a hat. He earns the old hat trick. You can see the team comparisons here. Cleveland scored 32 runs on 12 homers and 3 stolen bases. Oakland has scored 10 runs, 6 homers, 2 stolen bases, and been caught once. And here is Jose Ramirez. He hit that 2-run homer back in the 5th. Can he do it again here, folks? Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out the deep center, but Reggie near the track makes the catch for out number 2. It's up to Mr. Carter. Ooh, Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter. He is 0 for 3. He did reach on an error and come around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be high. That ball is launched. How far is this one going to go, folks? Against the lefty, 23. And kiss it goodbye. Joe Carter makes this a 1-run ball game, folks, as Ricky turns around and watches it leave the yard. Sorry, 3-run ball game. It's 6-3. And Martinez is up now, and Victor is walked and been hit by a pitch. Not been a good day for him. Oh, but now it is. He squares up. I can say being hit. He gets in. Oh, back-to-back homers. Is that right? Unfreaking believable. Back-to-back jacks. Victor goes yard, folks. And it is now a 7-3 ball game. The crowd is not happy here at all. Here's Jason. He's a perfect 2 for 2. Again, he's got 2 singles and been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be a base on balls. And after getting 2 outs, Darnell is struggling, folks. And that'll bring up Louie. And they're going to let Louie bat with a 4-run lead. Louie is 0 for 1. He has 2 sacrifice bunts and a strikeout. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ricky. That'll end the inning. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 7-3 Cleveland. You're right, legends. Boom is right. And Louie's out there now in the bottom of the 7th. You got Steinbeck, Ellis, who came in the double switch, and Ricky Henderson due up here. And you can see Cleveland is 45 strikeouts, 14 walks, 10 doubles. The A's 50 strikeouts, 12 walks, 8 doubles, and 1 triple. And Terry's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Louis strikes him out. That's Louis' 6th strikeout of the game. And Mark Ellis, his first time up today. And he is 0 for 3 on the year. Here's the pitch to Mark. And that's going to be against the righty. 24. That's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's a fly ball out to Joe Carter. And that'll be out number 2. And here's Ricky. Ricky is 0 for 2, but he has 2 stolen bases and came around to score. He has walked and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Ricky says, the hell with it. We're down by 4, but he's still taking off. There's no stopping Ricky. There's no stop sign. And again, a 66 is the only thing that'll get him, folks. And he's in there with his 3rd stolen base of the game. So Ricky's down in scoring position here with 1 out, 2 outs rather. And Miguel Tejada is 0 for 3. He is lined out twice, folks. He's hit the ball hard, but once down the second and once down the short. And this is just a lazy grounder down the first. And Tommy's up with it. And he tosses it. He'll take it himself, rather. And that'll be out number 3. Ricky gets stranded at second. To the top of the 8th we go. And the top of the order due up here for the Indians. And Knowles will probably pitch to 2 batters here. And then when he gets to Albert, they'll probably take him out. Kenny is 1 for 4. He has a stolen base in this game also. And that's going to be against the lefty. That will be a ground ball down the mark. He fires over to Jason for out number 1. And Omar comes to the plate 0 for 3. He did walk back in the 6th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. He makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the 8th. And Albert. Are we going to let him pitch to Albert? We might as well let him pitch to Albert. Nobody on. Albert's 1 for 4. Got an RBI single in the 5th. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. Nice play by Terry this time. He dropped that foul ball, but he makes a nice play. Fires down the first with the Baltimore chop. That's a 1-2-3 ace. And we got Giambi, Jackson, and Canseco due up here in the bottom of the 8th. And Jason is 1 for 2. He's got a 2-run homer in this game. And that ball is driven down the first base line. That bounces in fair territory, and Jason's got himself a leadoff double. That'll get the bullpen up for the Indians. So you got these lefties coming up here. Do they have a lefty in the bullpen? Yes, they do. And he's coming in the game. Mr. Miller. Andrew Miller's coming into the game here. That's all for Louis. They don't want this game to get out of hand, up by 4. So Miller's going to come in here and pitch to these lefties with Jason down at second. So Louis gets into the 8th inning, but can't get an out here in the 8th. And Reggie's up. He is 0 for 2. He has walked, struck out, yet to put the ball in play. Can Reggie get the A's back in this game, folks, with a runner down at second and nobody out? And that's going to be a base on balls. Miller walks Reggie. It does set up the double play possibility with Canseco. But there's some good speed out there. Jason, of course, is a turtle, but everybody else has got good speed. It'll be hard to double them up. First and second, nobody out. Jason's over 2. He walked back in the 6th. And that's going to be another base on ball. Miller comes in, walks, the base is loaded. And now what do? You got the righties coming up. Is that going to be it for Miller? He can't get a soul out. I think it is. I think it is. Yep, they're going to take Miller out of the game. He couldn't get the job done against the lefties. Walks both of them. Let's see here. Emmanuel Klaus is going to come in. See if he can get out of this mess. So Miller doesn't get a soul out. And this is Emmanuel's first game of the year. Let's see here. What year did he? In 2022, he was 3-4 with 42 saves. Can he get out of this bases loaded situation with nobody scoring? You got Sal up, and Sal is 1 for 3. He's got an RBI single in the sixth. They're going to play back for the double play. They're up by 4. They're just looking for some outs here. Just looking for some outs. Trying to get out of this 8th inning here. Here's the pitch to Bando. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Lofton does not have an arm worth talking about. But poor Jason doesn't have any speed either. So that's going to be a 31. That will be a 45. A 25. A 25. A 51 or lower, Jason scores. They're going to send him here, folks. And what was it, a 25? And barely makes it a 51. Sal Bando gets a sacrifice fly. Victor Martinez is jumping mad. Swears he put the tag on him. The ump ain't changing his mind. Says Jason slid under it, got his hand in there. And it is now a 7-4 ball game. Now there's 1 out. Do we pitch hit here for Lumpy? Lumpy's not in the game. It is Knowles. Lumpy came out in the double switch. So now we'll have a pitch hitter here. Let's see who's going to come off the bench for Knowles. And this might be the time here we was saving him up for. Matt Olson's coming off the bench. This is what we saved him for. Here comes Matt Olson, the lefty, out. The Indians don't have any more lefties in the bullpen. So Matt Olson comes off the bench. And he is only 1 plate appearance. He walked. So in 2021, he batted .271, 39 homers, and 111 RBI. Get some glasses on. Yeah, I hear you. So now you got first and second, 1 down, and Matt Olson at the plate. You got the tying run at the plate. Here's the pitch to Olson, and that's going to be against the left righty. It's going to be a 23. That's going to be a ground ball down the second. 43 and a 7. 43 and a 7. That's fielding column 2. And that's going to be an infield fly. Rules in effect. And Jason makes the catch for out number 2 near the mound. Terry Steinbach's up now. Terry is 0 for 3. He's reached on there, flown out, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He'll fire over to second the short way, and that'll win the inning. But the A's score 1, and it's 7-4 as we go to the top of the 9th. See who's going to come out of the bullpen here for the A's. You got, again, they don't have a lefty out there. And it might be Raleigh Fingers is going to come out of the bullpen here. Mr. Fingers. Yep. Raleigh Fingers will come out of the pen here. I don't want him there. Cancel that. He's going in the 7 hole. So Raleigh will come out and bat in the 7 spot. Try to keep this a 3-run game. And like I say, he'll be facing the big boys, Tommy Ramirez and Carter. Jim is 0 for 4 today. He has struck out 3 times. Can Mr. Fingers give him the golden sombrero? 35, that's going to be a rare play. A 37. 37 and a 55. That is going to be hit out the center field. Reggie's out there. And that's going to be a nice catch by Jackson. He tracks it down. That is out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Jose Ramirez is 1 for 4 with a 2-run shot. And that's going to be a 19. That's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Jose camps under it, makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the 9th. And it's up to Mr. Carter to keep it going. He's got a solo homer back in the 7th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Fingers strikes him out. We go to the bottom of the 9th. A's need 3 to tie. They'll have the bottom part of the order due up Ellis and then back to Ricky and Tejada. Mark, he came in a double switch. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Joe says he's got it and does for out number 1. And Ricky is 0 for 2 with 2 walks and 3 stolen bases, folks. Here's the pitch to Ricky. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Omar. He fires over the first, gets Ricky, and they're down to their last out. Can Tejada keep this inning and game alive? He is 0 for 4. He's hit the ball hard twice. Has nothing to show for it, but line drive outs to second and short. And that's going to be another ground ball down to his counterpart. Omar takes it, takes his time, fires over the first, and that's your ball game, folks. Cleveland wins this game 7-4, mostly thanks to the A's errors everywhere you look. Take a look here at the box score and see all these unearned runs, folks. Poor Dave Stewart pitched his butt off and has nothing to show for it but a loss. This might be about the errors. Nope, it's Ricky Henderson stealing 3 bases in the game. Hold on a second, folks. Alrighty, sorry about that. And let's look at the box score here. And the Indians 7 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. The A's 4 runs, 3 hits and 3 costly errors. And don't forget about the pass ball. What inning was that? That was the 5th inning. Yeah, it was the 5th inning. I believe it was. No, it was the 4th inning. You had the error, two errors, a pass ball, hit by pitch, and a single. Score those runs in the fourth. Sure. Then you had the foul ball. That was an error. Took me too long to put that in, but got her in. Oh, thank you, Legends. Yep. So you had Jason was the only one with two hits for the Indians. They were 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Ramirez, Carter, and Martinez all with homers. They left 8 men on base, did the Indians. And the A's, Jason Giambi, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs with a 2-run homer. They were 2 for 8. The A's was with runners in scoring position, left 7 men on. TIANT gets his second win of the year. 7 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, walked 5, struck out 6, and gave up a homer. Miller comes in and walks 2, but old Kloss comes in and shuts the door on that. 2 innings and gets the save, folks. Like I say, poor Dave Stewart gets his first loss of the year. 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, only 1 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 3, and gave up a homer. Knowles comes in, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 2 homers. Fingers comes in, pitches 1 inning, and gets a strikeout. Take a look here at the leaderboard and standings in the American League. You got the Yankees are 3 games up on the Blue Jays. Baltimore's 3.5. Boston and Tampa Bay are 4.5 games back. Indians now in a first place tie with the Tigers. KC's a game back. Minnesota's a game and a half, and the White Sox 2.5. And out west, the Rangers are now 2.5 games up on the LA Angels. Mariners are 2.5 games back, and Oakland are now 3 games back. And Tommy now with that 400 is second in the league. Alomar with a 467 batting average. And you got 1, 2, 3 players. Ramirez now tied with 5 homers. And Roger Maris with 13 RBIs, leading the American League. The ERA leader still at 0. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 pitchers with 2 wins and 2 pitchers with 3 saves on the year, JJ and Wetland. And Roger Maris right now is leading the MVP voting. And Dick Bosman's leading in the Cy Young for the American League. The next game on this channel will be the second and final game of this series between the Indians and the A's. And it's going to be McDowell going up against Old Blue. That should be a damn good game. Sam McDowell going up against Vida Blue. I want to thank Parallel League for joining us here at Legend Sports Universe. Check out his great channel, folks. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And hit that like button. Until next time, y'all take care and have a great day. Yeah, they won this one with errors, that's for sure. Yeah, this ball game was given to them. I agree. Y'all have a good day and take care, folks.